Good morning, Mr. Sun. It's about 7 minutes after 6 in the morning on April 24th, 2022. And we got a train going by. It's kind of a funny look. You can see the train here. Well, if you're not looking at the sun, you can see it. Then it goes down a hill and it just disappears. You're like, wait, where'd it go? Anyway, kind of a weird night. It was not super cold, but there was a lot of wind. Basically, the wind is coming straight down at my head, and I got nothing for shelter here. I really should have tried harder. There was those gravel piles I could have hid behind, but it's not fair. It wasn't windy when I set up camp. Anyway, I actually left the ball cap on, a little more insulation for my head. That seemed like it helped. So, I was just too lazy to take it off. Yeah, it was, well, I'm on kind of a little bit of a hill, I guess. I mean, I am. And so I had to have my head up on this way. So every time the wind would gust, it would try to flip up the sleeping bag and fill the sleeping bag full of cold air. So I was learning how to lay on the corner or tuck the corner underneath my head or something. So Burr. Sorry. Shiver when you're holding the camera, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, the good thing about the desert is once the sun's up, it's going to warm up really quick. So I think it's going to be 10 degrees warmer than yesterday again. So it'll be nice. Anyway, I'm just going to sit here and shiver until it warms up, I think. That's my plan. After that, it's going to be more or less a tailwind today, and I think the first half of the day the wind blows hard and then it slows down, so it's kind of backwards. I'm hoping by the time I'm out of Vegas the wind basically slows down, and then I'm going to turn north a little bit, and then we'll cut across the desert away from 15. So yeah, anyway, sit here and try to warm up. Okay, it's still pretty windy. 8:15 on Sunday morning, April 24th. Got it all loaded up and we are ready to roll. I'm still wearing my jacket and my sweats and my sweatshirt and everything. The wind is cold, but the sun feels good. So I'm thinking I'm going to hit a Walmart before I leave Vegas. I think I'm still about 10 miles outside of Vegas, but close enough. I didn't want to get all the way in and then have to find a place to camp in the middle of the town. That never goes over well. So I pulled up a little bit short, and we'll definitely get out of Vegas by dark. That's the plan. Yeah, so there's a Walmart on the way out, and from here I'm going to stay off of the interstate. There's a few pretty big looking streets going through town. I'm going from the east side to the west side on the north end of Vegas. So I'll hit the last Walmart that I see and get stocked up, and then we're out of here. Cool. I am literally half a mile from where I camped last night. Come over this hill and there's Vegas in front of us. I think I about nailed it. I mean, I could have maybe gone a mile further, but no sense being in the lights if you can be out in the dark. I was just laughing when I looked up and saw it. I'm like, oh, we're here. That's perfect. Okay, a couple of hills closer, now we can see more. That's the Dunes off-road park. You can ride your ATVs out there. The main city, the runways in the foreground are Nellis Air Force Base, I'm pretty sure. And then if you see the bleachers, that's Las Vegas Motor Speedway racetrack. The Motel 6 I was thinking of staying at was really close to the Speedway, but it was $100 a night. So, and really, I mean, I probably could get a cheaper room in one of the casinos, but I didn't want to go all the way into town with this bike if I could help it. So we're not going to, mostly. I've been thinking about Denny's all morning, and I finally saw one. It was weird. I've been driving on this road in a straight line, and I've passed everything but a Denny's. I'm like, man, is there even one in this town? There is. So we got it angled more or less into the sun. This part I'm liking. As long as one of the panels sees the sun, we're getting at least 1 amp of charge. Let's see, did it settle down yet? Yeah, a little over 1 amp. So better than nothing. Breakfast. It's 20 after 10 now. Yum. All right, about 12:30. Another Walmart, another stash of snacks. Life is good. I'm gonna give myself extra style points for this one, assuming it still works. Yep, looks like we got it. So I quite often would park next to a cart corral, just, you know, so you can take your cart back. Now with the bike, I'm looking for a pole to lean on. And now with the extra solar panel, an unattended trash can to prop up the second panel, we're set. And by doing that, yeah, we're getting nearly 3 amps of charge. Not terrible. Not quite perfect angles, but not too bad. It was getting 2 amps and it's up to 2.78 or 2.8 amps of charge with the second one up. This one's not quite as good as that one, but can't beat the price. Okay, next up we will refill water bottles and stash snacks, and it's about 12:45 now, and I'm on the outskirts of Vegas on the north side. I do want to remember this though. Yeah, I talked about kayaks before. I'm not going to be in the market for an expensive kayak, but someday that would be a cool thing to do. Another beautiful day in paradise. It's just a little bit hazy, I think. The wind was blowing a lot last night. So I think I'm going to have a bit of a headwind going out of town, but whatever. All I got to do is get clear of civilization. I'm not too worried about miles a day. Coming through town always slows you down. All right, off we go. Okay, we're going north out of Vegas on Highway 95. This is what it looks like. We're on tribal land again. I didn't catch the name of the reservation. We're just a few miles north though. Anyway, we are pushing a decent headwind, and we're still going uphill a little bit, so making between 5 and 10 miles an hour. It kind of varies. Kind of cool design. It's like if you get a poor great. I'm gonna pay some starving artist a few bucks. Make you a mold one time. Pop these guys out real quick. Materials cost is virtually nothing for something like that. Last 50 years, good return on investment. Wind is supposed to be dropping down in the afternoon. As I was leaving town, it was pretty strong. But I'm like, if I can maintain 5 or 10 miles an hour, get myself 20 miles out of town, that's 20 miles I don't have to do tomorrow. Yeah. And yeah, those are Joshua trees, apparently. Kind of cool. Scenic gravel pile for the background. It's Highway 95. I was looking at just camping in the gravel pile, but they fenced it, so apparently it's a valuable gravel. Anyway, got the panels out, aimed towards the sun, getting about 3 amps of charge. I was just getting hammered on that wind, so I stopped early. It's about 3:30 now. Figure if I put the bed there, it'll get blocked by some of the sun from the wind. Probably can't hear me anyway. So we stocked up. I got Cliff Bar Builders protein bars and 18 Cliff Bars and a gallon of water. So it should be good for a while. Alright, I'm going to set up camp and then have something to sit on. Oh, it's important when you're picking your campsite to, have interesting things to look at, or to know how it's going to turn out if you don't do things right. So I'm probably not expecting any noise from this one. I'm going to say a horse, right? It's not even the first one I've seen. There was another one closer to the highway. At least partial. I saw a vertebrae. I think first we'll eat some cookies and then we'll edit the video. Life is good. Headphones from the dollar store. Honestly, the whole setup would fit in a parking spot. Easily. Nice. Alright, that's going to be it for now. As always, thanks for all your support. We are through and out of Vegas. Yeah. Going north on Highway 95, and then we'll work our way across the desert into California and go from there. Yeah. I'm going to add up the miles I got left. I'm going to have to start hitting bigger miles pretty soon just to make it. But going through cities always slows me down because it just pulls so much power because you're constantly stop and go. And you feel like you want to try to go fast enough to sort of keep up with traffic to not get in the way too much. So, and then a headwind coming up. But man, this morning, I swear the first 10 or 12 miles was basically downhill all the way into Vegas. Went by Nellis, went by the Las Vegas Speedway. Yeah, I was quite a ways before I really had to pedal very much at all. And then it was just the stop and go. And I figured, all right, last chance in civilization for a while. So I hit a Denny's at about lunchtime, and that probably took an hour. I didn't time it, but it was like a 15 or 20 minute wait because it was Sunday lunchtime. Everybody was out. So, but it was good. So get it when you can. I figured an omelet and some pancakes would power me down the road. So far, so good. Yeah, I don't even hear the freeway. That's great. Yeah, I don't know. I was looking at this highway on the maps. I didn't think it was going to be a freeway. I thought it was just a 2-lane or something like that. But that's the same thing as what I saw in New Mexico. Much of the road that I was riding on, I assumed was going to be a 2-lane little backcountry road, and it was all 4 lanes. So yeah, pay attention, I guess. It's about 75 degrees. It would be almost too warm if it wasn't for the wind blowing. So the forecast I saw looked like the wind was going to drop off around sunset, so we should be okay. And then whatever tomorrow brings. Anyway, thanks for watching the videos and following along. It's kind of cool knowing that I'm not out here by myself. I got everybody at home following, so that makes a big difference. And again, thanks for all the support, and stay tuned for tomorrow. Bye for now.